Before I begin the video, I just want to flag, as always, that I am not a qualified financial advisor and nothing I say should be considered as financial advice. Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing my Stocks and Shares ISA update for March 2026. So I've got a bit of a strange setup today. So I'm actually sat on the sofa with like my laptop and my microphone perched on a dining table-esque setup because I'm normally at the desk with my laptop, but my partner has his laptop and stuff set up there this afternoon, so I thought I'll try and do it on this table. So hopefully you can hear me okay, but I'm trying to be in a bit of a better routine with posting video updates. So yeah, I'm doing my March Stocks and Shares ISA update on the 4th of April, which I think is probably the soonest I've done it for a while. So I'm going to jump straight into the figures. So at the end of February, I had a Stocks and Shares ISA balance of £11,183. So it was a green month in February. So the value of the ISA had went up by £330. So we'll jump straight into March figures. If you invest in yourself, these figures may not come as a surprise to you, so you might already know what's coming before I show the figures. So the beginning balance was the £11,183. I then contributed £50. So I bought £50 worth of the global index fund that I invest in. And then the income returns, I've mentioned on the last video that these income returns represent the quarterly dividends that I receive for one of my funds. It wasn't one of the months where I received any dividends, so the pennies that I received were to do with interest on the cash that was in my account. And then the market gain loss, this is the important one, I guess, was minus £601. So the value of my investment reduced by £601 in March. If you read the news, if you're up to date what's going on in the world, it's unsurprising that happened. And in terms of a percentage figure, that was 5%. So the value of my investments dropped by 5% in March. Now, because I am on a long-term investing journey, I'm used to now seeing highs and lows in terms of fluctuations of value. So I'll show that in my overall figures, but I'm less concerned about that now than I was when I saw these sort of things in 2020. So fees, I didn't pay any platform fees this month because I think they get billed quarterly, and it's £4 a month. I think it's £4. And then the cumulative return, so this is the amount that my investments have increased by since I started investing, is £2,911. So that means that my end balance at the end of March was £10,632. This is like, I don't know, with long-term investing, I find that I celebrate sometimes when I pass through a different £1,000 mark, but then I have to remind myself that actually it's probably going to come down. So like £11,000 I passed in February, but I'm now back down at £10,632. And because I'm only contributing small amounts at the minute, a lot of the value up or down that comes in my investments comes from the market rather than contributions. So if I was someone who, hopefully I will be in the future, if I was able to contribute maybe £400, £500 a month, these fluctuations would sort of be balanced out a bit by the contributions. So I would probably see less of that volatility in my end balance. So I've got a summary figure at the end as well. So just to say, I have purchased £150 worth of investments in 2026 so far, £15 in dividend payments. The market gain / loss is £210 in total when I sum all these up. So that's like 2% of the value I started with. Some of these figures are kind of they're suitable for what I'm trying to show, but they're not 100% accurate, because when you think about market gain loss, you have to think about the value of, like, if I hadn't contributed anything to my investment, I suppose that might be, if it was just based on how much the market had fluctuated, then that figure would be suitable. But because I'm adding to my investment, this sort of 2% figure doesn't really, it's not really 100% accurate because it's based on this. Sorry, I won't go into the specifics, but just for anyone who's watching this who is a spreadsheet / maths enthusiast like me, you might wonder about my imperfect methods. So then the fees, what, £12 so far this year, and then that's the cumulative returns, and the end balance, which I've just mentioned. And so I did this on the last video. If I took that end balance and did a 4% withdrawal, so assuming I wanted to withdraw money from my my investments as a income, I could theoretically, if I used the 4% safe withdrawal rate, could take £425 out per year for life. But as I said, I think that would pay for my gym membership and maybe my phone bill, but not much else. So I've still got a bit of way to go before I have something bigger in my investments. So then the overall figures, so these are the figures I've just mentioned before. This chart looks at the market fluctuation, so the percentage increase or decrease that my investment portfolio has seen. So for the 82 months where I've been investing, 61% of them have seen a rise in value, and 39% have seen a fall in value. And this is it charted, so you can see there's a lot of fluctuation there. This minus 5% is probably one of the biggest, well, it is one of the biggest monthly drops I've seen. I think this value was back in 2020, and that was a minus 9% drop, whereas 5% is here. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not the worst fall I've seen, but equally, there's been months where the values increased by 6%. So for me, doing a long-term investing journey, I'm getting more tolerant now with drops, and actually, I just keep thinking I just need to keep investing and not be concerned too much about these rises or falls. And then this is how the capital has increased over time, and you can see this little drop here. Cool. So I've done that stocks and shares ISA update. Let me know how your investment journey is going, if you're on a similar journey. And I'll see you on the next video. I'm trying to do 1 to 2 videos per week, probably one. I get in the habit of just posting all my video updates together, which it probably means that someone might miss updates or things. So probably once to twice a week is a better pattern. So I'll be posting a video in a couple of days. I think I want to start thinking about other types of video I could do just to be a bit creative with my video skills. So I'm having to think in the background. But if you've got any ideas of sort of content that you like to see, that you'd like to watch on my channel, then do let us know, and I'll see you on the next video.